Silage is a cornerstone of modern ruminant nutrition, offering a convenient way to preserve forage during times of abundance, providing valuable nutrients for dairy cattle throughout the year. But what if the very feed we rely on to nourish our dairy cattle could harbor hidden dangers? Fungal populations lurking in silages can silently wreak havoc, introducing mycotoxins, substances that can compromise the health of dairy cattle and even humans. This often overlooked aspect of silage production is not only a concern for animal well-being, but also for the entire food supply chain. In this discussion, we'll explore the secret world of fungal populations in silages, the threat of mycotoxins, and the steps we can take to safeguard both dairy cattle and human health. Silage, especially when improperly fermented or stored, can become a breeding ground for a variety of fungal species. Research reveals that fungi like Penicillium, Fusarium, and Aspergillus are particularly problematic, thriving in warm, moist environments. These fungi are not merely passive residents. They actively produce mycotoxins, dangerous compounds that can pose serious risks to the health of animals consuming contaminated feed. In fact, there are over 80 fungal species that have been identified in silage, and many of them produce mycotoxins that affect both the livestock's productivity and overall health. The most commonly found mycotoxins in silage include aflatoxins, fuminescens, trichothecenes, and zearalenone. These can lead to severe issues like liver damage, compromised immune systems, reproductive disorders, and in extreme cases, death. Dairy cattle consuming contaminated silage may experience digestive disturbances, poor milk yield, and impaired growth, leading to significant economic losses for dairy farmers. The conditions under which silage is harvested, stored, and handled can dramatically affect fungal growth and mycotoxin production. Factors like high moisture content, improper sealing of silage pits, and exposure to air, aerobic conditions, can create the perfect storm for fungal contamination. In fact, research suggests that silage exposed to air after fermentation is particularly vulnerable to the proliferation of mycotoxins. The environmental conditions during the growing season, such as temperature and rainfall, also play a critical role in the likelihood of fungal contamination. For example, excessive moisture during harvest can provide an ideal breeding ground for fungi, leading to higher mycotoxin levels. The good news is that there are effective strategies to manage fungal populations and reduce the risks of mycotoxins in silage. First and foremost, dairy farmers can adopt better agricultural practices, including crop rotation and the use of resistant plant varieties, to reduce the likelihood of fungal contamination before it even begins. Properly managing moisture levels during harvest and ensuring that silage is stored in airtight conditions are crucial steps in mitigating fungal growth. Furthermore, the use of silage inoculants, beneficial microorganisms that outcompete harmful fungi, has shown promise in reducing mycotoxin production. Specialized treatments during fermentation can also help to reduce the impact of fungi, preserving the silage's nutritional value and safety. Fungal populations and mycotoxins in silage represent a silent but significant threat to livestock health and, by extension, the entire agricultural industry. By understanding the conditions that promote fungal growth and implementing effective management strategies, we can significantly reduce the risks associated with mycotoxin contamination. Safeguarding the health of our dairy herd isn't just about better silage production. It's about ensuring a safe, sustainable food chain for all. With the right knowledge and proactive measures, we can continue to rely on silage as a high-quality feed source while minimizing the hidden dangers that lurk within. Together, we can ensure the safety and health of our dairy herd and ultimately the quality of the food we consume.